Hey, and welcome back to Talk of Better Worlds. I'm SirFelixTheCat, and this is The Blender. So today is going to be more of a rant video. I do these every now and then. It seems pretty frequently, to be honest. But yeah, there's just some things that need to stop. Just absolutely need to stop. This is going to affect games. It's going to affect movies, comic books, and even us, the consumer, because the consumer sometimes falls into these groups and just, it's terrible. It's terrible. And if you don't, and your project doesn't or whatever, I mean, great for you. I'm happy to hear that. That's beautiful. We need more people like that out there. More projects like that out there. But yeah, enough talk. Let's get into this. So the first one I want to talk about is something that should have been over a long time ago. I don't understand why it was ever even a thing to begin with. I mean, heck, we even had the head of one of the people like come out and say like, hey, it's done. And yet it's still going on because they also came out and said, oh yeah, we're going to do this. Huh? And that's the console wars. The person I was referring to was Phil Spencer. He had previously come out and said like, hey, you know, there's no console wars. Xbox lost the console wars. It's done. But then later comes out and says, hey, we're making new hardware and we want people to choose it because it's going to be the best. And that's just starting to back up. At least that's on the corporate side. Now on the fan base side, you've had PlayStation people and the Xbox people still just going at it because they, I guess, missed the message or can't read. That's what I'm taking from this. No offense if you do play one of those. I don't care what you play. I mean, heck, I play Nintendo, I play PC, I play PS3, PS4, Xbox Series X. I play them all. I just don't have a die-hard loyalty to one of those companies. I'll say I prefer Nintendo because, you know, I like a lot of Nintendo games the most, and currently they're a handheld dockable system. And yeah, I'm going to choose what suits me better for my playstyle, which is handheld. But you have people going on Twitter, because at the time of writing, PlayStation Network is currently down. People are guessing it's like a DDoS attack against Sony. And so you have people going on Twitter who are like hardcore Xbox fanboys and helping everybody by saying, well, this never happens on Xbox. And it's like, can you tell me that you lie? Oh, you just did. Thank you. Because it does happen to Xbox. It happens to both of them. They both have these issues and they go down. It might not always be the same length, which some people will be like, well, it's always shorter on Xbox or it's always shorter on Sony. No, that's not really true. You have them just as frequently. And depending on what happened, if this is a big DDoS attack, they could be down for a while. If a big DDoS attack happened to Xbox, you know what would happen? They would be down for a while. So make up whatever story you want. It's just not true. And these things don't really help anything. Another thing that doesn't help anything that involves this one is, like I said, I play a bit of everything. And for the most part, Nintendo and PC just stay out of this whole console war nonsense because it's pointless. But you do have some of the fans that come out there and decide to say things that don't help the situation. So you have the Xboxer and the PSN person going at it. And then you have a PC person come in. That's why I only play PC. Are you helping anything? That comment, the way you put that, does not help anything. Why not say, hey, so, you know, a few years back, I started running into these issues too. So I upgraded to PC. I know it's expensive, but you can also look for a starter PC and build it up from there. Give some advice that might encourage them to move on and better themselves. Not just, I'm better than you. These things don't help. It's stupid. It is. That's just all it is. It's stupid. None of it helps. You also, I'm sure there's Nintendo people out there. I don't see them often, but I've heard people say that there's some like vitriolic Nintendo fans. I believe it because there's vitriolic people in every fan base. I mean, look at the, Release the Snyder Cut people. There were some that, like me, who just wanted to see, yeah, I want to see the Snyder Cut. I want to see what it was going to be about. But you also had people who were like sending out death threats and telling people to go kill themselves and eat their own poop and whatnot. Like, it's insane. It is insane. I don't get why people go to that extreme. Which that's going to take me to my second point as well. Let's stop harassing the people who make the things that we want to see. Like, stop harassing the game devs because you want your GTA 6 now, not tomorrow. That's stupid. That is stupid. We do that with a lot of games. Like, well, I say we, because gamers. But I don't mean like all of us do it, because I'm definitely not part of this group. And I'm sure a lot of you aren't part of this group too, and probably agree with what I'm saying here. It's insanity. These people go out and attack the devs because they want their game now. They don't want it to be cooked. They don't want it to cook and like be made properly. They want it now. Because, I don't know, I guess they want to call their mommy for some like chicken nuggies and some honey mussy. They're just little babies. They are just overgrown babies. That's all I'm getting from this. It's just a level of impatience that I don't understand. And I'm a very impatient person. But when I see things need to be done a proper way, and that proper way takes more than a couple weeks, then just relax. You just have to deal with it. Just deal with it. Don't rush things. Especially if the investors see that fans are demanding that this come out sooner, they might push the company to release it at a sooner date, which means the game's going to come out worse. The thing you wanted is now going to be trash, and whose fault is it? It's yours. It is directly your fault. But yet you're going to go blame someone else, probably go again, and harass the devs. Because what you wanted, and you rushed, like you caused this issue, didn't come out the way you wanted it to, you're going to blame someone else again. Stop it. Just stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't get it. I don't see why people do this. It's one, never threaten anybody's life. That's just trash. Even me, I'm a very political person. I'm not going out there and threatening people's lives. That's insanity to me. Like, people who do that, it is insane. I don't get it. Because I like one thing and da-da-da. I don't get it. People just confuse me sometimes. Oh. And then, for my third one, I'm going to talk about something I talked about in a previous video a couple weeks ago, sometime. Graphics. And yeah, that video, I admitted in a couple comments, I did phrase it the wrong way. Graphics, in general, do matter. But quality of graphics. Like, do I need to see the pore on the face of every character? No, I don't need to see the pores. I don't need to see like that super high def, like this looks real. Like it looks like I'm standing right next to my character. I don't need that. That's a waste of time and money in my opinion. That's what's causing a delay that doesn't need to be done. It's like, do I think GTA 6 is going to come out to where you can see the bottles perfectly, like each bottle separate and it's its own thing and blah, blah, blah? I really don't. I think when we get the game, it's going to look just a little bit better than 5. That's my opinion because, I don't know, that just seems to be what happens with games. We get a trailer and people are like, this is exactly how it's going to look. You get the game and that is not how it looks because it's a video. You got shown a video and you're thinking that's the actual game, and most time it's not. They can say it's in-engine. I still don't believe them when they say that. Just wait till it comes out. But are the graphics like that super important? No. Should we keep prioritizing graphics over everything else? God, no. No, we do that too often. Like, I understand that there's games that people will defend because they like them. And if you like them, good for you. There's a couple that are apparently trash that I do want to try. One I can never remember the name of, but it's the Square Enix game where the girl, the dialogue was always bashed about her. She's like some magic shooter. I don't know. She's like talking to her magic bracelet, I think it was. But I want to play that one. I also want to play Dragon Age The Veilguard because, I mean, when I first saw the gameplay, like the combat, it looked fun to me. I want to play it for that, and I've heard the writing is complete trash. You know what both those games did well? They're very pretty. I mean, for Veilguard outside the Canary, because they looked like an abomination of mankind. I wish they would have stuck with the old Canary, like the big, bulky, beefy, like bull-looking men. They were dope. But yeah, I wanna play those games and experience them for myself. Which that's gonna come up in another thing as well. That's gonna be the next topic. But they focused on the graphics, especially the Square Enix game, which again, I'm forgetting the name of. I'll figure it out at some point. Might just shout it randomly in the video. But they focus on the graphics and less on the story and the writing. And I think that's got to stop. Like, that's absolutely got to stop. That is terrible for games. I understand not everybody plays games to enjoy a good story. But, I mean, you're going to have dialogue come up, and your dialogue can't be cheesy unless it's, like, purposely cheesy. Something that's making fun of itself. Like, something like that, that's okay. That's like a fourth wall breaking type cheesiness, comedy, self-aware that it's stupid. I get that. But when you're trying to be serious, like some of the writing in the Veilguard, it's not good. It's got that almost MCU campiness, and I love the MCU movies at first, but yeah, the writing as it went on suffered. It got worse and worse and worse, and it's just drivel. It's trash at this point. And that's what we're turning the writing into video games on. And I mean, you can even look at what EA said. EA, because apparently the heads of their company just went full-blown dumb. They decided to say, oh yeah, Veilguard failed because it didn't have enough live service to it. Excuse me? People aren't calling for live service games. I don't know if you've watched this thing going on with Sony, but every time they say, oh yeah, we're still focusing on live service games, the fan base, like the majority of the fan base, the large majority, even people who don't play Sony systems, like current Sony systems like me, we just ask why? Why? Why are you doing this? Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. But yeah, that's the reason Veilguard failed. It wasn't live service. No, we all know what it was. People complained about the writing. You can read the dialogue. Like, there's writing posted online straight from the game. You can watch people's videos of them playing the game and listen to the dialogue. It's not the best. It just isn't. I mean, I personally could probably get past that because I just want to see the gameplay itself. Like, that's what I'm there for. The story is a big second thing. Almost equal, but if it's cheesy to an extent, I can deal with it. But there is some that just doesn't seem right. Like, you can't be evil in the game. You can start to be mean, but then at the end, you're like, oh, buddy at the end. And I don't... Why start off a conversation rude just to be friends at the end? Like, I understand. I guess people do that, but they're not doing it the right way. Like, I might see one of my friends and be like, hey, go eat a bag of dicks. And, you know, that's just a friendly thing to say. Doesn't make much sense. It sounds like it's rude, but that's what people do. They'll just jokingly be rude to their friends. But we can't even do that properly in the game. Like, I don't think any game's really done that properly. They should. Absolutely should. That'd be great. Make it seem more real. I don't know. I got off topic of that one. But yeah, let's not focus on the graphics over the writing. Like, writing's got to be way more important at that point. Way more important. Spend more time on that. Less time trying to get every cell on the person's like face or like every bit of hair showing properly. We don't need it. We don't. Yeah, so the whole going on to the live service thing for our next one. EA saying that just shows that, one, they're out just to make money again. They're back to their days of doing loot boxes, that they went full stupid and they're just going to plow through and basically follow the footsteps of what Square Enix was doing. Square Enix over the past few years has put out some okay games, but has also been on this trajectory that goes just down because they're just shooting themselves in the foot. Not spend enough time on writing affected that one game. Again, can't remember the name of. Forspoken. There we go. It's Forspoken. Knew I'd get it eventually. But people also want to do this whole thing where we're going to be live service, which again Square Enix did. They tried to copy that one Nintendo game with the squid in... I don't know what it is. They did Foam Stars. There we go. Foam Stars is the name of their game. And Foam Stars was not what people wanted. Just absolutely not what people wanted. So it lasted for a bit and then it shut down. But that is a live service game copying another live service game. It's not, people are done with live service. We're also done with like these hardcore like focus on cloning other games. We had Concord come out, which is just trying to clone Overwatch. People moved on from Overwatch years ago. At that point, to keep doing that, you should have instantly started reworking things. Like, I understand it would have delayed the game even more, but you could have made a game that actually sold. A game that didn't get shut down within like, what, a week? A week of dropping? Just gone, have to refund everybody? So you just basically lost like, what was it? $400 million or $40 million? I don't know, it was a stupid amount. It makes no sense to me. Like, this focus on things that people don't want. Listen to the fans. Listen to people who are going to buy the products. Like, yeah, I know you just want that whale who's going to come in and give you like millions of dollars a day. Stop. Just stop that. Look at games that do well. Look at like Stardew Valley again. Like that's a game I like to bring up because it does very well. And you know what it doesn't do? It doesn't milk its fans full, like dry of their money. It's there for you to enjoy a great game. And people love it. Look at No Man's Sky. Yeah, it had a rocky launch, but what has Sean Murray and Hello Games done since then? They've just given out basically free LC, and it's just improving the game dramatically. These updates are just amazing. The newest one just completely changes the worlds. You can now go like deep underwater, and it looks like you're deep underwater. Like the light changes, it gets dark and dim down there. It's beautiful. Like the things they did in the game, like so far from launch to today, is just outstanding. Outstanding. And people love it. And there's people who still hate it, like, I heard it had a bad launch, so I'll never try it. Just push those people away, just right off a cliff. Just send them away. Send them away. Don't need that kind of stupid thing. That's the same thing as coming in and being like, oh, I see you're having a console war. Oh, that's why I play on PC. Not helping the situation. Just not helping anything. Just trying to make things worse and be like, ha, I'm better than you. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, I had someone on Destiny 2 tell me they would never play No Man's Sky because it's trash while you're playing Destiny 2. And yeah, I understand Destiny 2 is okay game for about a couple hours, but if you're just hardcore grinding on that and that's all you're going to play, I find that to be really weird because that game is not that good. It's just not. One, they messed it up with Destiny 1. The story didn't end. You kind of were just doing some missions and they're just like, oh, okay, roll credits. I was baffled when I hit that in Destiny 1. And then Destiny 2 just, it's not, I don't know, it's overhyped, I guess. Most people moved away from it at this point. So you're defending trash, but saying something good is trash. So it's baffling. It's baffling. And yeah, I understand No Man's Sky, that might not be for everybody because it is an exploration game. It has like Zen moments, you could build, you can technically do some farming. I mean, I usually do greenhouses because it makes more sense in these wastelands. I've never found like a great paradise planet, at least one that doesn't have like some crazy superstorm, which is insane. But yeah, off topic again. Just, we gotta stop this whole like live service push. Live service push needs to end. Just now. Just stop. Make games the way games are supposed to be made. If you're gonna make a live service game, look at what is it? Helldivers 2. They do it right. They do it absolutely right. That is a good live service game. And there's more that do it, but it's rare. You usually find this trash pushed off onto us where people are just literally trying to milk you for your money. Fans don't want that. Fans want to play a game. It's insane. It's insane. Especially if you look at the amount of people who play Game Pass. So one, these people aren't buying a game. You think they're going to go out and start spending money on your stupid stuff? Like your stupid add-ons? It's not likely. It's just not. They found a way to not pay much to play games. Is it ruining Xbox? Unfortunately, yes. Is it great for the consumer? Absolutely. You're benefiting by destroying the company. I mean, really don't see an issue with that, but also I like to see some of these companies that Xbox bought survive. Anyways, last one I'm going to talk about is we got to stop listening to reviewers. Like, there are some that put out good points, but don't take that reviewer's word to heart. Listen to ones that at the end will say, but still try it out for yourself. Tell us what you think about it. Because if you're just going to take, like, oh no, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but let's just say IGN. IGN does a lot of reviews. Say someone on IGN gave a game a 1. And let's say this game is Zelda Breath of the Kingdom. It's a new game coming out. And they gave it a 1. Are you just going to sit there and look at it and be like, okay, well, obviously they gave it a 1. Game's trash. Throw it away. Get rid of it. We don't want it. Or would you go out and try it because it's a Zelda game, maybe see what you think about it? If you're in that first camp, I guess you deserve to not play good games. Like, that's what it's going to come down to. Just because one person has an opinion doesn't mean it's fact. Even if you agree with their opinions a lot of the time, doesn't mean it's fact. Everybody is different. Me and Hawk, we play some of the same games. He loves some more than others, and I love some that he doesn't care for. I'm a big fan of Tales of. He doesn't really feel the urge to play a Tales of game, which I understand. He wants more of a live community in the game. I don't mean like player base, but wants the game to feel alive. And replaying Tales of Grace's F, the remaster that came out. Yeah, you might have like a couple citizens who walk back and forth in a town, but that's it. The town doesn't feel alive. And it's so sparse, like 8 houses in a town, and that's a city. That is a capital city. I mean, heck, in the main character's hometown, there's your mansion, a windmill, a house, and 2 shops, and about 20 people living there. One house besides your mansion, and nobody else lives there besides you and your family. The other house belongs to your friend and her grandpa. Where's everybody else live? It doesn't seem right. And I understand this is a PS3 game originally, so they couldn't have done it as big. They probably could have spent more time making it feel more alive. But that's a thing that a lot of JRPGs just don't really focus on too much. Trying to make it truly feel alive. There's some might get like more like pedestrians you can't talk to walking through town, and that's whatever. I believe Star Ocean does that in some of their games, and there's other ones that do it as well. But it does kind of help, but it still feels kind of dead. If you guys understand what I'm saying here, but yeah, we gotta really start taking our own opinion. Like, make our own opinion. I don't do too many game reviews, and when I do, I still say, like, watch it, like, check it out yourself. If it's a bad movie, I'll even say, check it out yourself if you want to, because I'm not going to say my opinion is hard fact. It's not a hard fact. It's a hard opinion. And that's as far as it goes. Reviews are literally just opinions. How many times have you seen a good movie and seen that it was, like, just bashed online? Just bashed over stupid little things, too. And a lot of times it's the same thing with game reviews. There's a lot of reviewers out there who will say, oh, I love this series, and then blatantly say something that is just wrong. Like, obviously you don't love the series if you don't know this very basic thing about it. Like, I've heard someone say, you can't climb down on Assassin's Creed. What Assassin's Creed have you been playing? Because I can. It's not smooth, but you definitely can do it. And they were talking about, like, newer ACs too, not just old ones. Newer ones. And I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, movie reviews are the same way. You'll see them. Sometimes they're bad. And I was going to add a lot more topics to this conversation, but I realized I've already gone on for like 20 minutes. I don't know if I really want to get into another one, so we're just going to leave this one as like the mainly game-focused one. I'm going to come back with a comic book-focused one and a movie-focused one. Maybe I'll just combine them because I only had a few topics for each of them. And yeah, that's where I'm going to end it today. So thank you for watching. If you made it this far, like, you're amazing. Please give us a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Share our video, say something, and yeah, until next time, you take care. Hey, thanks for watching.
Give us a like if you enjoyed it, and dislike it if you didn't.
Let us know what you think about the channel.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Tell your mom.